Hello, I'm Dawson Saunders, and this is the Process Identification Primer for ETM 2080 Industrial Plastics. Okay, so for the first 10 items, we have injection molded items. Injection molding is a prime process of producing plastic, just basically meaning it's one of the most common and most frequently used processes for creating plastic. Injection molding can lead to a variety of shapes and sizes. For example, in these pictures, you can get something as large and robust as the TV enclosure, but you can also get something a little bit smaller, more intricate, like the key fob or the headphones. Um, Typical uses are housings or enclosures. So, for example, you can see Uh, the TV enclosure is made by injection molding. The remote, the controller, basically all of these things here are housings and enclosures. So that's just some of the typical uses for injection molded items. Okay, so next up are blow molded items. Blow molding is another very common process. However, it tends to make all similar items. So you can see here, these are all really bottles and containers. I'm sure blow molding can make a couple other things, but this is basically what you're going to get when you blow mold plastic. It's going to be something like a water bottle or something for a container for like hygiene products or cleaning products. So I guess you can see the way I identified these was there was the little nub on the bottom when it was pinched off during the molding. So that was actually on all these items. So they were pretty easy to spot. I would say the easiest out of all of the processes. Okay, so next up is rotational molded items. There's only one of these, and that being the trash can. These items are not as common, and more often than not, they are hollow. And some of the typical uses are economically large produced products. So a lot of big bins, trash cans, things like that are made from rotational molding. But you can also get something like a plastic child's toy that can be rotational molded as well. Um, there were a couple of these in my room, and the way I identified them is they were all hollow. So next up is vacuum formed / thermoformed plastic. Vacuum formed or thermoformed plastic is typically used in high volume applications. That meaning that there's going to be a lot of the same things repeated over and over. Similar to that is just the plastic part of a pack of command strips in the picture. Um, However, it can be thick or thin. You can get something as thick as like a plastic pallet, or you can also get something as thin as what's pictured. The most common uses are disposable cups or containers. However, it is also used on automotive parts as well. Next up is extrusion or extruded items. Extruded items have a continuous profile on them. So as you can see in this picture, with mine is just my pictured extruded item is just a part of my window. You can see the back where it has that whole profile taken out of it, the entire length of that part. So it's got a continuous profile on it where plastic was pushed out. It's often used in homes and construction. As you can see with mine, it's part of my window. Common uses are seals in homes, piping in homes, and trim pieces. My trim pieces were wood, but there is a lot of plastic trim pieces in homes, so this one was fairly common. Okay, so last but not least, we have compression molded. The item I chose was, it's a rather vast category of items, but I ended up choosing this silicone band. Compression molding is very good at providing cost-effective rubber and silicone due to the molds for compression molding being cheaper than the other processes. Common uses are automotive parts, other curved articles, so a lot of plastic that has a curve to it is compression molded. And some bottle caps are. It's hard to tell because some bottle caps are injection molded and some are compression. So I just want to make that clear when I put bottle caps in there, that it can either be injection molded or compression molded. And then this is just the website where I got a lot of my information I used to identify what process was being used for what item. And that will conclude this presentation.